Hi everybody, Emily Kennison here, the founder and inventor of the curling headband with the awesome Nefty, who is our product manager and also our 3B curl friend. So we're going to show you how to use the curling headband on her hair type to get perfect heatless curls. Every hair is different when it comes to tips and tricks, so there's a lot that's a little more nuanced for the 3Bs. To start, you are going to need your Mr.Spritzer. You can have it filled with water. You can also add some of your like leave-in conditioners, your oils, anything you normally put into your hair when it's like slightly damp. You can add it directly into the bottle and spray it on your head. So Nefty usually uses some coconut oil, some leave-in conditioners, and some anything else. Gels? Do you use gels, honey?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So you can those directly in here, shake it up and spray it on your head. So that's what we're going to have number one. Number two, no hairbrush. So that's a little nuance to it. And then number three is your curling headband with the two matching scrunchies. So let's get started. So first off, we're going to lightly mist Nefty's hair. You're focusing on the ear level down. When it comes to the 3Bs, you want to get it lightly wet, but not super drenched. So about like 80%, 90% wet. And as mentioned, we've added some product to the Mr.Spritzer. You don't want to over drench the hair though, so you can always just add the product directly to your hand if you want to make it a more concentrated area. So we'll do that as well and focus on the ends, since the ends tend to be where you need to add extra hydration. And we just do that on both sides. Beautiful. So the idea is that you add just enough water to be able to reshape your natural curl pattern, but you're not going to brush through it because that'll add to extra frizz. So you're just trying to avoid that whole process. Great. So now we take our curling headband and your two matching scrunchies. To start, I like to fold the curling headband in half so that you know where the middle is. And you're going to put it on like you would a normal headband. So you're talking about an inch from the hairline over here. Take half the hair, pull it up, use the back of your hand to pop this headband up. And what you're going to do at this point is just wrap the end of the headband around itself so that you are creating essentially a scrunchie. And that is not the part that we're actually curling your hair. This is just to keep half of the hair away so that both your hands are free and you can focus on the other side. So focusing on this side first, we're going to take a small front section and wrap it around and over and under and around like that. And then you add another piece directly to that first. And as you notice, when it comes to wavy or curlier hair, you're going to kind of use your hands to just smooth it out rather than brushing it, and you're just going to wrap it around and then add to it. So this is where you can add more product if you want to use that as your way to create more of the curl shape. But again, you just want it to have it lightly damp and wrap it around. Once you get to the ear, this is when you're going to add the rest of the hair to your section, and just like that, pull it up and over. And this will help to ensure that you have a very clean and smooth, like, I don't know, updo. And it'll also help for the curls to start sooner in the back. Great. Then once you're at the end, you just take your scrunchie, wrap it around twice, maybe 3 times, and that'll be it. Now we just switch to the other side. So on this side, we just undo our little pigtail, straighten it out a smidge. Great. And again, you're going to start with your front, about 1-inch section. Use your fingers to kind of just smooth it out. And when you smooth it out and wrap it around, it's going to allow you to reshape your natural curl pattern to be around that of the headband and create more of that curling iron spiral curl naturally. Cool. Use your hand to just break out the next section, add it to the first and wrap it around. There we go. Over and around. Fabulous. And repeat it for the 3rd time. find this very soothing. Okay, so now we're at the ear. So once we get to the ear level, we're just gonna grab all the hair that's left over and add it to the section that we have currently. So that's all of this. Pull it tight, smooth it out, and wrap it around. And then you just keep wrapping it till you get to the end of the headband. And that is all. Wrap the scrunchie around maybe twice, 3 times, so it's secured on the end. Perfect. And you can just flatten this out if you see it's a little crease, since that first step we did was to fold it in half, just make it sure it's smooth. And now we have our 2 cute little pigtails of curls. So what we're going to do at this point is just take the end and twist it away from your face. And doing this is going to tighten the headband onto your head. Do it on both sides. It'll also create a tighter curl pattern. It just makes it feel more secure. Better curls, just twist, trust me. And then at this point, you can either go to bed like this if you're going to sleep. You can move these around in any way you like, whatever's comfortable. Or if you're going out and about, you just go to the back and, let me see, actually, I'll put you this way. And if you can angle this way, honey, there you go. Yeah, perfect. I want to make sure everybody can see this. So what you're going to do at this point is just cross it so that you have like an X formation, tuck one over, and tuck one under. And if you notice, we had like a couple little like splayed ends, and this is where the tucking will just make sure that those little ends get tucked in as well, so you don't have to worry if they don't all get captured at the bottom of the scrunchie. This little last step helps to make sure that they still curl even if not everything is in the scrunchie. Beautiful. And now Miss Nefty is done. So we'll check back in about, Nefty's hair will probably be done in 45 minutes, but we'll check back in tomorrow morning just to see how it looks and show you the curls that come from it. Thanks, guys.
A few hours later.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Nefty has now worn her curling headband overnight, so we're going to see what the results are. To undo it, you just undo the little cross that we made in the back, slide off your scrunchies. Dun, dun, dun. Here's 1, here's 2. Put them on your wrist so you don't lose them, because if you're like me, you'll lose them as soon as they're off. And then the little trick is to twist it the opposite direction to just loosen it up on the headband first. And then at that point, you can just slide her out. Voila. Do the same thing on this side. Slide her out. Perfect curls. What do we think, Nefty? I love it too. I'm so impressed every time. Every time, this thing's a charm. Very cool. So Nefty has 3B hair, which means that her curls are going to last forever. It's already naturally trying to form a curl pattern. So you give it that shape of our curling headband, it'll form to that. It'll create that perfect spiral curl, and it'll last for days. But tips and tricks, since Nefty is the pro of the 3Bs, wanted her to walk you through some extra ones, including with mousse.
So what I like to do after I take out my curling headband is I use just a little bit of mousse, not as much as I would normally use as if I was doing my whole head, but just a little bit to get the bottoms and to get these top pieces a little bit, because like she said, my 3B hair, it does hold the curl, but it does have a lot of volume, so you don't want it to just kind of like just grow and get really big. So a good way to keep control on that is to put a little bit of mousse on the end, and then you're good to go.
Good to go. Love it. Looking good, Nefty, and yeah, thanks for checking out our 3B.